Hello my students, in this video I'm going to explain experimental probability chapter 4 lesson 7 page 162. In this topic we will learn how to estimate probability using experimental methods. Okay, what's the rule of experimental methods? Experimental probability approximately equals to number of times that event occurs out of total number of trials. So example 1, estimating the probability of an event. In this topic, you have to know the total. If the total is given, it's okay, but it's not given. You have to add them all, then it will be 1,000. Okay, pay attention about this point. Now, they ask for what? After 1,000 spins of the spinner, the following information was recorded. Estimate the probability of the spinner landing on red. They ask for what? For red. And we have what? Outcomes, then the spins. For red, we have what? 267 out of what? What's the total? So it's approximately equals to 267 out of 1,000. Equals to what? Equals to 0.267 when you divide it. Okay, can I change this one to percent? Of course. Multiply by 100. So the decimal point goes to digits to the right. It will be 26.7%. Okay, if they ask for yellow, we will say 285 out of 1,000. Blue, it's 448 out of 1,000. Okay, now we have a variable is randomly drawn out of a bag and then replaced. So the table shows the result after 100 draws. So we have the total, which is equals to 100. Estimate the probability of drawing a yellow variable. So they ask for what? For yellow. It is what? 21 out of 100. When you divide it, equals to 0.21. Can I change 2%? Yes, of course. It will be 21% multiplied by 100. Okay, let's solve an example. Even this one, they ask for SUV. It's our 12 out of 50. Okay, here we have the total. So 12 out of 50 is equals to 0.24 and it's equals to 24%. Question 1. A game spinner was spun 500 times. It was found that A was spun 170 times, B was spun 244 times, and C was spun 86 times. Okay, they ask for what? Estimate the probability that the spinner will lands on A. So in A, what do we have? We have 170 times out of what? We have a total out of 500. The rule is what? Probability equals to number of times that the event occur out of or happen out of total number of trials. So it will be 170 out of 500. Okay, 0 and 0, they cancelled each other. 70 out of 15 approximately equals to what? When you divide it, when you use long division, it will be 17 out of 50. It will be 0.34. As a percent, multiply by 100, it will be 34%. Okay. Now, a card was randomly drawn from a bag and then replaced. After 300 draws, it was found that 45 yellow cards, 76 red cards, and 92 blue cards, and 87 green cards has been drawn. Estimate the probability of drawing a green card. So they ask for what? For green. Green is what? 87. Question 2. It will be 87 out of what? What's the total? Out of 300. After 300 draws. So the total is given equals to 300. If you can use simplify, use it. If you cannot, so directly use long division. I'm going to simplify this one. Okay, divided by 3, both of them. Divide by 3, divide by 3. It will be 29 out of 100. Okay, which is equals to 0.29. As a percent, it will be 29%. Okay. Question 3. Use the table to compare the probability that the students walk to school to the probability that the students bike to the school. So you have to find the probability of walk and the probability of bike. As you can see here, we don't have a total, so you have to find the total by yourself. Add them all. The total is equals to, when you add them all, equals to 770. Now for question 3, find the probability of walk. Okay, the probability of walk is what? It's 105 out of 770. 105 out of 770. Okay, can I use simplify? Yes. Divided by 33. If you can't, or if you forgot, directly use a long division. When you divide it by 33, it will be 105 divided by 33, it's 770 divided by 35, not 33. Divided by 35, it will be 22. So 3 out of 22 approximately equals to 0.136. As a percent, it will be 13.6%. This is a probability of walk. Probability of bike, we will say bike is 87 out of 770. So it is 87 out of 770. Now 87 out of 770, it's in simplest form. When you use long division, it will be 0.113. That's a decimal. As a percent, it will be 11.3%. Okay. Question 4. Use the table to compare. To what? To compare the probability that the students take the bus to the school to the probability that the students ride in a car to the school. So, probability of what? Of bus. You have to find the probability of bus, which is equals to 265 out of the total. So, probability bus equals to 265 out of the total is 770. Okay, and can I use simplify? Yes, divided by 5, it will be 53 out of 154. When you use long division, it will be 0.344. As a percent, it will be 34.4. Sorry, 34.4%. This is the probability of bus. Then the probability of right. The probability, yes. Ride a car, probability of car equals to 313 out of 770. 313 out of 770 approximately equals to 0.406. As a percent, 0.460 multiplied by 100, it will be 40.6%. So which one is greater, or which one is likely? Of course, probability car is likely than the probability of bus. It's greater than the probability of bus. Now, question 5. Again, we have what? 260 students. They ask for what? Estimate the probability that randomly selected college students owns laptop computer. So you have to say 83 divided by 260. 83 divided by 260 approximately equals to what? 0.319. As a percent, it will be 31.9%. Question 6. Shana has made 12 out of her last 58 shots on goal. Estimate the probability that she will make her next shot on goal. So we will say what? Question 6, it will be 12 out of 58. Okay. Can I use simplify? Yes. Divided by 2, it will be 6 out of 29. When you use long division, it will be 0.207. So as a percent, it will be 20.7%. Okay. For question 7 and 8, same thing as 3 and 4. You don't have a total, so you have to find the total by yourself. You have to add them all, which is equals to 113. For question 7, they ask for what probability? Use the table to compare the probability that the student has one sibling, then the probability has two siblings. So you have to find the probability of 1, which is 45 out of 113. Probability of two sibling, 27 out of 113. Question 8, they ask for what? Use the table to compare the probability that the student has no sibling, yani zero sibling, okay? 14 out of 113. To the probability that the student has three siblings. Probability 0, it's 14 out of 113. Probability 3 siblings, we have 15 out of 113. Okay? You have to make a compare between them. Then we have practice and problem solving. We have a total: pizza, chicken, spinach, beef, mutton, hamburger, and the total is 18. The customer ordered pizza. Pizza is what? 20 out of 80. It's 20. It is in simplest form? No. Divided by 20, it will be 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 as a decimal equals to 0.25. As a percent, it will be 25%. Okay? A customer ordered chicken. Chicken is what? 12 out of 80. The total is 80. Okay? 12 out of 80 divided by 4, it will be 3 out of 20. Which is approximately equals to what? Or 0.15. It will be 15%. A customer orders spinach. Spinach is was 2 out of 80. So question 11, it will be 2 out of 11. Okay? Sorry, 2 out of 80. The total is 80. 2 out of 80, it is in simplest form? No, of course. It will be 1 out of 40. 1 out of 40 as a decimal, it will be 0.025. Okay? As a percent, multiply by 100, 2 digits to the right, so it will be 2.5%. Okay? Question 12, a customer ordered beef. Beef is what? Beef is 8 out of 80. So question 12, it is 8 out of 80. It is in simplest form? No. Divided by 8, it will be 1 out of 10. Okay? It will be 0.10. 0 has no value, so it's 0.1. As a percent, multiply by 100, 1, 2. So at 0, it will be 10%. Okay? Question 13. Hamburger, it's 28 out of what? Out of 80. 28 out of 80, it is in simplest form? No. When it's divided by 4, it will be 7 out of 20. Approximately equals to what? 0.35. As a percent, it will be 35%. Now, we have spiral review. A spinner was spun 220 times. So this is a total. The outcomes was red is 58 times. Estimate the probability of the spinner lands on red. So we will say what? Okay, we have 58 out of total, which is equals to 220, divided by 2, or you can say directly, I'm going to use long division, but now divided by 2, both of them, it will be 29 out of 110, which is equals to 0.2636. Okay, I'm going to use a rounding. 6 gives 3 any number? Yes, it's greater than, it's 5 or greater than 5, so it takes 1, 2, 3, it will be 0.264, which is equals to C. Now, we have short response. A researcher observed students buying lunch in a cafeteria. Of the last 50 students, 22 bought an apple, 17 bought banana, and 11 bought a pear. If 150 more students buy lunch, estimate the number of students will buy banana and explain. How can I solve it? We have two ways. So the first way, it's 150 divided by 50 times 17 because they ask for banana. Can I use simplify? Yes, it will be 3. 3 times 17 equals to 51. The other way, we have 17 out of the total was 50, then add 150 more students, so multiply by 150. Again, can I use simplify? Yes. Divide it by 50, it will be 3. So 17 times 3 equals to 51. Okay. And question 20, they ask for the first and third quartile. Okay. You have to order them. This is for 2. Okay. It's about variability. You have to order them. It will be 2, 6, then 7, 9, 14, 15, then 18. Okay. As you can see, median is what? Median is 9. So first quartile is what? First quartile, it is 6. Third quartile is what? Third quartile is 50. Same thing for 21. Add them, order them from least to greatest. Find the first quartile, which is equals to 20.5, and third quartile equals to 26.5. Thank you for watching. This is about experimental probability. Thank you.